Now in this video lecture we will look further into sp2 and sp3 hybridization, taking example of different compounds like ethane, ethene and acetylene, right? So we'll be looking into hybridization of ethane C2H6, then you have C2H4, then you have C2H2, right? Ethane, ethyne and acetylene. I'm sorry, this is ethene, ethene and ethyne, or we call it as acetylene. So let's look into the structures of these compounds. If you want to draw the structure, it looks like this. Right, two carbon atoms are bonded to one another, right, and each carbon atom is bonded to three hydrogen atoms, right? Similarly, if you look at ethene, as the word says, if you look at this word ethene, it says ene, that means this is an alkene, right, that has a double bond. Right, it has a double bond, and each carbon atom is further bonded to two of the hydrogen atoms, two hydrogen atoms, right? Now in case of acetylene, it has a triple bond, and each hydrogen carbon atom is bonded to one hydrogen atom, right? Now let's look at the hybridization of each of the carbon atoms in all these three compounds, right? Let's take the example of first ethane molecule. First, let's write the electronic configuration of carbon. Ground state electronic configuration, if we write, it would be 1s2, 2s2, 2px1 and 2py1, right, and 2pz0, no electrons, right? So excited state electronic configuration would be excited state electronic configuration would be 1s2, 2s2, I'm sorry, 1s2, one electron would be transferred from filled 2s orbital to 2pz orbital, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1 and 2pz1, right? Now we have four half filled orbitals, right? Now this electronic configuration, looking at this electronic configuration, now we'll be looking at the sp2 and sp3 hybridization in each of these molecules, right? In ethane molecule, it's sp3 hybridization, in ethene it's sp2, and in acetylene it's sp hybridization, right? When we are talking about hybridization, we are talking about hybridization of carbon atom, right? Now if I draw it like this, right, then this is your 2s1, right, and this is your 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1, right? Now these four half filled orbitals can undergo hybridization, right? There is one point that we have studied in the previous video lecture on hybridization, that it is not important that all the half filled orbitals will undergo hybridization, right? So we will see that in ethene and ethyne, in these two molecules, all the singly filled orbitals will not undergo hybridization, right? So this is an important point, that all half filled orbitals does not undergo hybridization, right? So in this, in the first molecule, ethane molecule, each of the carbon atom is sp3 hybridized, right? sp3 hybridized means these one s in the, it has two shells, one s of second shell will hybridize well with 3p orbitals of second shell, right? It's always the same shell orbitals that undergo hybridization, because only orbitals that have nearly same energy can undergo hybridization, right? So here, in case of C2H6, right, this is how hybridization will take place. 1, 2, 3, right? Each of these is sp3 hybridization, right? And now we know that from previous video lecture that in sp3 hybridization, all the 4 hybrid orbitals would be directed towards the corners of a tetrahedron, right? And the angle between any two sp3 hybrid orbitals would be 109 degree 28 minutes, right? Or what we say is at 109.5 degree, right? So it would be like this. Right, like this, like this, right? These are bigger lobes of each of the hybrid orbital. These are sp3 hybrid orbitals, right? So each of the carbon atom is sp3 hybridized, right? And this is just to explain you that in sp3 hybridized, in sp3 hybridization, each of the hybrid orbital, each of the sp3 hybrid orbital is directed towards the corner of the tetrahedron, right? And the molecule has tetrahedral structure, right? And angle between them is 109.5 degree, right? Now let's look at this. Since each of carbon atom is sp3 hybridized, it has 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals, right? Both the carbon atoms, it would be like same as this. We need to understand how to draw the diagram, because in exam you are required to draw the diagram, right? Right, these are 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of first carbon atom, this carbon 1. Now you have similarly, you have 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals of second carbon atom, right? So in that case, one of the hybrid orbitals of each of the carbon atom will undergo overlapping, right? So if you draw hybrid orbitals for the second carbon atom, it will be like this. It would be like this, right? And each of the other hybrid orbital, right, on each of the carbon atoms will undergo overlapping with 1s orbital of hydrogen atom, right? We have 6 hydrogen atoms, right? So we know that hydrogen atom is 1s1, right? So on both the carbon atoms we have these 4 singly filled hybrid orbitals, right? sp3 hybrid orbitals. Now all these three sp3 hybrid orbitals on both the carbon atoms will undergo overlapping with 1s orbital of hydrogen atoms. Right here it would be like this, right. Similarly, on this carbon atom also we have 3 hydrogen atoms, like this, right. So this is your hybridization in ethane molecule, right. So if you draw it here, it looks like this, right. And angle between any two hybrid orbital is 109.5 degree, right, which is a tetrahedral angle, right. And you have how many sigma bonds? 1, 2, 3, right. 3 sigma bonds. These are sigma bonds. 3 sigma bonds with hydrogen atom, and 1 sigma bond between carbon, and on the other carbon atom you have 3 more sigma bonds, right. All these are sigma bonds, and the carbon bond length is carbon bond length would be, this bond length would be 154 picometer, pm, right. Similarly, the other carbon hydrogen bond length is 110 pm, right. And HCH angle, HCCH angle or HCH angle is your 109.5 degree, right. And bond dissociation energy is 348. Bond dissociation energy is 348 kilojoules per mole, right. Bond dissociation energy of CC bond, right. So this is your ethane molecule, right. Now let's look at the second molecule, which is your ethene molecule, right. Now just look at it, that we have 2 carbon atoms and 4 hydrogen atoms. Here we had 6 hydrogen atoms, here we had only 4 hydrogen atoms, right. Now look at the hybridization. In this case, only 1s and 2p orbital will undergo hybridization, right. This 2pz orbital will remain as it is, that is, it will remain unhybridized, right. So in case of C2H4, like I said, that all the half filled orbitals does not undergo hybridization, right. So this is a perfect example of this. It would be, this is 1s2, 2s1, right. Then these 1s and these 2p orbital, 2px and 2py will mix and merge, right, to form three set of sp2 hybrid orbitals. Like this. This is your 2px, this is your 2py, right. So here you have 1s and 2p orbitals, right. These will undergo hybridization, they will mix and merge, they will redistribute their energy, right, and form 3 set of equivalent orbitals, which are sp2 hybrid orbitals, right. And we know that sp2 hybrid orbitals are directed towards the corners of a triangle, right, equilateral triangle. So it has in sp2 hybrid orbitals have triangular planar shape, right. It's like this, like this, right? These are sp2 hybrid orbitals. Now both the carbon atoms, like both the carbon atoms in ethene is sp2 hybridized, this hybridization, right? And one 2pz orbital, this will remain unhybridized, right? This will remain unhybridized, right? Now let's look at the structure, right? And look at it, that how pi bonding formation takes place, right? That's important. So here each of the carbon atom is sp2 hybridized, so it has 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals, each of the carbon atoms, right? So we will be drawing it like this. Right, then carbon atom has one unhybridized orbital also. We would be drawing it like this. This is your unhybridized 2pz orbital, right? This is your 2pz orbital. Similarly for the second carbon atoms, second carbon atom is also sp2 hybridized, right? So we would be drawing the same diagram for this also. One is your unhybridized on the second carbon also, on the second carbon atom also, since it is sp2 hybridized, so one 2pz orbital will remain unhybridized, right? Right. So here now two of these hybrid orbitals, right? It has, each of the carbon atom has 3 hybrid orbitals, right? Now two of the hybrid orbitals will form bond with hydrogen atoms, right? So these two sp2 hybrid orbitals, this is your sp2 hybrid orbital, right, will overlap with 1s orbital of hydrogen atom, right? Same as this. Here also each of the carbon atom, each of the sp2 hybrid orbital of carbon atom will undergo overlapping with 1s orbital of hydrogen atom to form CH bond, right? And each of the sp2 hybrid and one sp2 hybrid orbital of first carbon will overlap with sp2 hybrid orbital of another carbon atom, right? So this is how it forms one double bond, right? One single bond between carbon, right? And two CH bonds on each of the carbon atoms. And from where does this second bond occurs? From where does this second bond comes? We have two unhybridized orbital, right? These two unhybridized orbital, which are 2pz orbital, will undergo sidewise overlapping, right? We have already done this in sigma and pi bond, that when sideways overlapping occurs between p orbitals, a pi bond is formed. Sideways overlapping is an inefficient overlapping, right? Overlapping is to a lesser extent. So this bond is a weak bond, right? We have already done this. So here now one bond is this bond, right, between carbon, that is formed by sp2 and sp2 overlap, right? And here we have sp2 and s overlap. Similarly here sp2 and s overlap, right? And there is one pi bond which is overlapping between pz and pz orbital, sideways overlapping of pz and pz overlapping. That was your double bond, right? This double bond, one is your pi bond, the other is your sigma bond, right? And these are again two sigma bonds with hydrogen atom, right? It is because this is again like head-on overlapping between sp2 overlap and sp2 orbital and 1s orbital, right? So here you have one pi bond which is a weaker bond, right? And this easily gets broken, right? And that is why this compound ethene is reactive compared to ethane. Why? Because it has a one pi bond which is a weaker bond, right? And in reactions it get easily broke, right? It get easily dissociated, right? And reacts, right? Reaction easily occurs at pi bond, right? In this ethene molecule or alkenes, in any alkene molecule you have one pi bond, right? Which is, now you know how it forms by sidewise overlapping of this pz orbital, and this pi bond is a weak bond, so which easily gets attacked in chemical reactions, right? And you can just see these are sigma bonds, these 4-5 sigma bonds, right? Now if you look at the, since this is sp2 hybridization, right? So angle between any two is 120, right? Angle between any two orbitals is 120, and your bond length, CH bond length is 109. If you look at this bond, it is 109. CH bond length is 109 pm, right? Similarly, you have C double bond, C bond length, carbon double bond length is 134 pm, because double bond we know is shorter as compared to single bond, right? And total dissociation energy, carbon-carbon bond dissociation energy, this bond dissociation energy, is your 614 kilojoules, 614 kilojoules per mole, right? This is the bond dissociation energy. And we know that bond dissociation energy for sigma bond is 348, right? For sigma bond, the bond dissociation energy is 348 kilojoules per mole, right? So this is your total bond dissociation energy of both the bonds, right? And for sigma bond, that is carbon-carbon sigma bond, which is formed due to this overlapping between sp2, it's 348, right? Therefore pi bond dissociation energy is 614 minus 348, right? Which will come out to be 216, right? It's 266. This is 266 kilojoules per mole, right? 266, which is less compared to the single bond, right? That is why we say pi bond is a weaker bond which gets easily attacked in chemical reactions, right? Now there is one more thing that you need to understand in this molecule. There is one more thing, that is, there is restricted rotation around this double bond, right? This molecule cannot be rotated around this double bond. Why? Because if you look at its structure, right, this is sidewise overlapping, right? If you rotate along this bond, if you try to rotate this carbon-carbon bond, right, this overlapping will remove, right? This overlapping will end, right? If you try to rotate this carbon-carbon bond length, if you try to rotate this ethene molecule on this carbon-carbon bond, right? So carbon-carbon bond, this molecule cannot be rotated across this carbon-carbon bond. Why? Because of this sideways overlapping, right? And the formation of pi bond. If you rotate it, then this overlapping will end, resulting into the breakage or resulting into the dissociation of pi bond, right? So it cannot be rotated along CC bond, but it can be rotated along this CH bond, right? Because this is single bond, right? Now there is a third molecule. The third one is your this acetylene molecule. Acetylene molecule is again a simple molecule. In acetylene molecule, again the hybridization would be between one s and one p orbital, right? If you look at the electronic configuration, it's 1s2, 2s1, right, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1, right? So the overlapping or the hybridization would be between these two, sp, and these two, 2py and 2pz, will remain unhybridized, like here this 2pz, right? So this 2s1, 2px1, right, 2py1, 2pz1, right? Only these two, s and p, right? I'm sorry, only these two, s and p, right, will undergo mixing and merging. They will mix, one s and p will mix and merge to form sp, two sp orbitals, right? Two orbitals are mixing, right, and then they will form two sp hybrid orbitals, right, and these two will remain unhybridized. These two will remain unhybridized, right? Let's quickly look into the diagram. So now the carbon atoms in acetylene, right, will have two sp hybrid orbitals. Each of carbon atom is sp hybridized. So since each carbon atom is sp hybridized, that means it has two sp orbitals, right? Since carbon atom has undergone sp hybridization, so it will have two sp orbitals, sp hybrid orbitals, these 1s 1p sp hybrid orbitals, right? It would be like this, right? And two orbitals are unhybridized. Like this, right? So you have this as sp hybrid orbital, this sp hybrid orbital, this is sp hybrid orbital, this is sp hybrid orbital. So when one sp hybrid orbital of one carbon atom will overlap with sp hybrid orbital of other carbon atom, right? So you have one sigma bond, right? This sp overlap will form one sigma bond, this, right? Now you have two unhybrid orbital, 2py and 2pz, right, which is this, right? This is your 2pz, similarly this is your 2pz, and this is your 2py, and this is your 2py, right? So here so these will undergo sidewise overlapping, right, and these will undergo sidewise overlapping. So you have 2py will undergo sidewise overlapping with 2py orbital of this, and 2pz orbital of one carbon atom will undergo sidewise overlapping with 2pz orbital of other carbon atom, right, forming pi bonds. So you have two pi bonds, right, and this one sp orbital will overlap with 1s orbital of hydrogen atom. Similarly, this sp orbital will undergo overlap with 1s orbital of hydrogen atom, right.